Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing great today. In today's video I'm going to be continuing the Evanescence series. I've got the greatest hits here. It's a double CD album and it's got 40 songs on it, and it's got a mixture of all of the old songs on it. So I explained that in my other video that I did 2 days ago, that how I'm going to do this particular one, because it's a greatest hits, and I think it's one that was put together but it wasn't that popular, because I tried to find it on Google and they couldn't find the right greatest hits album, so I couldn't put the song list on. So how I'm going to do it is, I've already done Sweet Sacrifice, and the Open Door album, you know, the song that has that on, the album that has that on. So I've already got that, so I won't, deal with any songs to do with that because I've already done it. But but on this album, I'm gonna read out the songs because the song lists are kind of on the CDs. I'm gonna state all the ones that are from each album, then explain what I think the songs are about, and also state my favourites. So I'm gonna read them now. All of the songs that are on the Fallen album are Bring Me to Life, My Immortal, Whisper, Going Under, Imaginary, My Last Breath, and that's it on disc 1. And on disc 2, there's Tourniquet, Everyone's Fool, Haunted, oh, and that's it. So I think that's about 9 or 8. So there are more songs on this album. After I've done the review on this, I'll also bring up the Fallen album on my computer, and I'll state all of the rest as well. So Bring Me to Life is the first one on the CD. So this is the Evanescence song that pretty much everyone will know because it's played many times on the radio. It's a very goth rock album. It's probably arguably one of the heaviest ones that they did on this album. I wouldn't say it's the one, but it's one of them. And yeah, it's very, when you're in one of them moods, it's one of them songs that you listen to headbang and to feel like you've been betrayed in some way. The next one on the CD from the Fallen album is My Immortal. So, I'll be honest, I think that the normal track version of My Immortal is nowhere near as good as either the demo version of My Immortal or the band version. The band version is way more emotional. She uses more of a vocal range on it, she does a lot of long-lasting notes on it. And when the band rocky bit kicks in kind of near the end, it really does set the tone apart. So even though I personally wouldn't listen to just the normal track version of My Immortal, I do love the lyrics and I love the music to either the demo or the band version. But the lyrics are definitely very haunting. Many people say that they cried over it. I personally didn't have that experience, but I can see how people would. It's definitely one of their emotional ones, and it's their popular emotional one. I think it actually hit Kerrang's top something on the charts, and even though it's not really rocky at all, the fact that it was a classical song, an emotional song, for a rock company to air that is like big news. So now is probably one of my all-time favourite songs on the album because of the lyrics, the beat, and once again her amazing voice, is Going Under. So Going Under is one of them songs that I think everyone can relate to, even if they don't feel like they had like a bad childhood, or if they feel like overall they got what they wanted in life. You know, there's always that bit in life where people are talking too much and you don't really want that. You want to be kind of left alone, and you feel like no one's really listening sometimes, and that's basically what the song's about. Basically going under to drown out noise that you don't like. Plus the music video's really cool. It's all about kind like, it's that vibe of like spooky horror themes. Like, they kind of look like they've got creepy face filters on, I'll be honest, which kind of adds to the song. YouTube has started to do this thing where YouTubers actually make old videos and up the degree of what's it called, kind of pixels on them, where they're more defined. And they did one for Going Under, and it was really, really cool. So this next one is Imaginary. So Imaginary is also probably one of my favourites on here because of the escapism of the lyrics. It kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland in a way, and you know, anyone that knows me knows that I'm like obsessed with Alice in Wonderland. So because it gives me that vibes, I think that's why it's one of my favourites. The song itself is all about escaping to a world that you've created, and it talks about, you know, paper flowers and hearing voices that you can't see. So again, very like Alice in Wonderland like. But I think also what I really like about it is the fact that she uses harp noises in it. You don't normally hear harps in music in like normal tracks, so it's nice to have a song that where that's like the main sound that you're hearing. There is a note that she does that is very long as well that I think is really impressive, and then the beat of the drum and the bass guitar comes in, which I think really sets off the darkness of the song. This next one is My Last Breath, and I would say that I feel like I'm gonna say this with all the songs because the Fallen album is amazing. Like, the Fallen album is that album that there's not like one bad track on it. So, you know, if I do say all of them is my favourite, I'll try and at the end I'll try and narrow it down to maybe half of the album. But I feel like this is also one of my favourites, and that is My Last Breath. So My Last Breath is very... It feels like the perfect balance of rock, ghost, gothic sounds, and symphony. So it's like the perfect blend of all three. And I love the lyric where it's like, closing your eyes to disappear. You pray your dreams will leave you here. You're still awake to know the truth. No one's there. That's like my favourite kind of sentence lyric within the song. But yeah, the sound is perfect to me. Like I say, it's like the perfect balance of the three sounds. I also just really like the lyrics of like feeling like no one's listening to you because you're saying the same thing, but you're feeling like no one really listens. The next one is Tourniquet, or Tourniquet, depending on how you pronounce it. Again, this one is a good one. I wouldn't say that it is like my favourite, but it is still a good one. I think if the demo of this was on this instead of like the proper album, I think I would say then that it is one of my favourites, because I definitely prefer the demo to the track. But because it's just the track, I've got to like give my view on the track. I feel like on the track they made it too technical. But I think that the song is still good. I would say that this is also one of the heaviest ones. And they talk about basically someone who believes in a higher power, but they believe in it to the point where they look to him for all their problems. Even if someone's been like really hurt, they won't do anything physical to help. They'll like ask for their God to help them, when you know that doesn't really help 100%. You know, you still need help to fix problems that are physical, like with wounds and all that kind of thing. So when it's like, my God, my tourniquet, return to me for salvation, you know, that's not real. This one, everybody's fool, is definitely one of my favourites. I would say, depending on my mood, it's probably, if I had to choose like my top three like favourites, Everyone's Fool will be on there without a doubt. I could literally listen to this song all the time and not get bored. Love the beat, love the eerie sound of it before the actual singing starts. You know, it gives it that kind of dark message before there's even a message to hear. And I just love the lyrics to it. It is the lyrics to it, more so the beat, but I do like the spooky sounds. I think it's the spooky sounds, and it's also the lyrics to it. Like, talking about people who basically brown nose and pretend to be this perfect thing, when really who they are hypocrites, and people look up to them in a way of perfection when no one should do that in life. So I really like that. I think I heard her in an interview basically say that she did this based on people who are like Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears, who, you know, are the pretty blonde skinny people, and they wanted to do like the opposite of that in the video. This next one is Haunted on the CD. So this one is very spooky, I would say. It's like, it's meant to make you feel uncomfortable if you are the type of person that gets uncomfortable easily when it comes to the other side of like the spirit realm. So the song is pretty much all about that, feeling like spirits are all around you, that you're feeling like you've been weighed down by someone in life, and then you feel like people are weighing you down below. So yeah, it's very much that kind of song. I personally wouldn't say that it's my favourite. I still like it, but it's not one of my favourites. But again, I've listened to the demo version, and I do prefer the demo version to the original. And then I would say that it would be like one of my favourite halves of the album if the demo was in there. Like, the demo has more of a like heartbeat sound to it, and the song has a little bit of that heartbeat sound in there, but nowhere near as much as the demo. And I think the heartbeat sound really makes the song feel like there's spirits all around, because, you know, that's like you've just come alive, but then you're dead. So I've actually missed one. Oops. It happens. So on the CD 1 of the greatest hits, I miss Whisper. So Whisper It's also one of my top favourites, definitely within the half of the album. Whisper is like very similar to that other track that I said that is very like it's like the perfect mix of spookiness, rock, and like classicalness. Whisper is like the ultimate balance of all three. And I would say that it is one of the heaviest as well. So the beat of it is really good to the point where it starts, where it's like that heavy, grungy vibe. And I don't know, there's just something about it that's so epic to me. Like, I think Whisper would be one of my top three. You know how I said that there would be three that I would probably agree with that's just slightly more my favourite. I think Whisper would be one of the three because it's just so epic. The lyrics are so good. Catch me as I fall. Say you're here and it's all over now. You know, that's one of my favourite parts. But yeah, I love it. The lyrics are good. They're like so good. Pardon my singing, by the way. That's nothing new with me. I like sing and dance all the time. I think it's fun. I'm very aware that I can't sing, but I don't care. So, I found the album list on my computer of Fallen, and they didn't include two songs on the Greatest Hits album, so I'm going to state them two and then say basically what I think of them. So the two are Hello and Taking Over Me. Let me tell you something about Hello. Hello is definitely up there with the favourite three of the album, like the top favourite three. When I first heard Hello, I cried big time. And it takes me a lot to cry. I will feel the emotion sadness, or music does get me emotional sometimes, but it just never visually shows. I don't know why. It's just who I've always been, really, when it comes to that side. But when I first heard Hello, oh my god, I like bawled. I feel like Amy Lee made that song for me, even though I know that that song was meant for her sister that died of cancer when she was in school. And you know, I've had no one in my life that has died, especially died of cancer. So I don't know why it felt so personal to me, but there was just something about the piano, how she did it, how the fact that it was very slow and atmospheric, and regardless of the fact that it was for her sister and the fact that it's about someone dying and dealing with that loss, I still feel like I was so related to it. Like, yeah, I really can't explain it, but the lyrics are so good, so emotional. Probably one of my favourite lyrics in there is, if I smile and don't believe, soon I know I'll wake from this. I think I like that lyric because I am known for kind of creating my own world in a way in my mind. So the fact that that lyric was in there is kind of like, if I smile and don't believe that this world is real, and that way I'll have to wake from this dream, you know, I quite relate to that. And the next one is Taking Over Me. So this was probably one of them songs that I liked on the album, but I never really liked it. But now, as I've gotten older, I like it more. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite halves of the album, but I still like it more than what I used to. I think that it's quite similar to Haunted, where it's like talking about the spirit realm, talking about how sometimes we remember specific parts of yourself or someone else's life, and the song is all about thinking about that world of your interpretation or someone else's interpretation of something, and basically getting them to realize the truth. And it's kind of all about that, but then she's kind of encapsulated that with like words from the spirit realm and like incorporated that sound with it. So it sounds more spooky than what it is, but the lyrics, I would say, is just more about realizing a true perspection. So even though I do love this album, and I probably have like half of the songs are my favourites, but then I did say that I do kind of have like 3 favourites that I like slightly more, like 1% more. So for me, that would be Whisper, Everybody's Fool, and Hello. So they're probably like my favourites, just like slightly. And yeah, love the songs, love the album, loved the era of that band. They were very goth rock then, and I'm very much a fan of that style and that sound. Guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you feel like, you know, my favourites aren't your favourites, I'd love to hear yours down below in the comments. Or if you prefer to contact me on my socials, my Twitters will be down below. Also my other YouTube channel where I talk about politics or my real life experience as a gay guy in the world that I think is very wrong. Or sometimes I talk about woke culture and how I think that that's wrong as well, to do with some things. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that down below. And yeah, so hope that you guys enjoy your day, and see ya.